Hi there. Welcome to Tub Thoughts. I'm your host, the Honorable Reverend Näda Sérf of the Church of the Ever-Expanding Universe, Temple of the Dog, Spokane Chapter. The purpose of this series is to reflect in the tub after a day of snowboarding. Today's day was especially epic. 19 inches of fresh pow at Silver Mountain. This is the deepest day that I've ever had there. One of the first things that comes to mind while sitting in the tub today is reflecting about how I made a conscious decision 8 years ago to move out west for deeper and fresher snow, quit my regular job, and just find something that I could subsist on so I didn't have to work during the winter. It took me a while, but that's where I'm at right now. I work a seasonal job. I make $15 an hour. I own my home. I Airbnb it out to make ends meet during the winter. And I slay fresh pow almost twice a week, 3 times if I'm lucky. What's on my mind today is something that happened to me about 2 years ago around this time. Actually, 2 years ago this week. Had someone in my house that I thought was my friend. We'd had adventures together for about 3 years, and I was introduced to him by a friend. So we were friends of friends, guess you could say. And there were things that I let slide in public, temper tantrums, just weird little personality glitches that I blew off because I really needed a friend and somebody to plow pow with, and this guy seemed okay, and for a while it was okay. No homo. Not that I have anything against homosexuals. Whatever you do with your private parts in the confines of your own home, in your privacy, is your decision and none of my business. As a matter of fact, I don't care what you do. Sit in a corner, smash your head in the face with a baseball bat for all I care. None of my business. Which brings me to one of my other points. One of my main mottos is mind your business and worry about yourself. Because outside of your mom and maybe a few good friends, if that, nobody else is really worrying about you. So if anybody has a derogatory opinion or is telling you how to live your life or, telling you what you should or shouldn't do, tell them to fuck off. You'll be infinitely better for it. But getting back to my point, hanging out this guy who will remain nameless because, I'm not trying to put anybody out there. I'm not that kind of person. I live and let live. But again, I think this guy just got a little bit too comfortable with me. And after letting some stuff slide in public and witnessing some sketchy behavior from him, there was a moment where we were packing up to go down to Mount Bachelor. We had bought a 3-pack of tickets for a discount, rented an Airbnb. He had invited a friend out, which he always did, which I thought was odd. He always invited somebody else that I didn't know along on our trips. But again, I'm a more the merrier type of guy. So, I was always happy to meet new people. And the people that he would invite invariably were not of our ability. And I don't really like waiting for people. And that was one of the good things about this guy because he kept up. But getting back to my point, we're packing up that day and we had a little disagreement, and I won't go into it in depth. But we had a disagreement and he had a major meltdown in my house. started making judgment calls on me, telling me what kind of person I was, basically telling me to fuck off and that he was going to leave me and his friend that he invited to go down to Bachelor by ourselves because we were a couple of kooks, and that he was just going to get a plane ticket and go up to Mount Baker. Well, my first impulse was to grab the bat that I had next to my front door and beat him half to death with it. But I've learned, to take a couple seconds and really think things through, which I did. I sat down, and he was still in the middle of his rant, spouting off all kinds of crazy shit.